Deputy FBI Director Dan Bongino hates his job. And we know he hates his job because he is now going on Fox News every 4 or 5 days, telling the world how much he hates his job and how it's basically cost him everything to join the Trump administration. A week and a half ago, of course, Bongino went on Fox and Friends where he whined about, I'm separated from my wife, which I think he just means geographically, not necessarily that his wife has left him. But he kind of made it sound like his wife left him because he accidentally slipped and said, we're divorced. I mean, we're separated. And at that time he said, I don't like the job. Oh, I miss my podcast. I miss doing things and not being in an office where I stare at 4 walls all day, which is what he said. And in order to continue to prove that he is just a giant crybaby and not the big tough guy that he has built his entire media career upon, he went on Sean Hannity's program last week and whined that he has no friends, but he totally doesn't want any friends, by the way. I don't have any, and I don't even want any. Seems like a lot of work. But here's what Bongino says now. If you are engaged in behavior and you know what you're doing, we're going to find you. I promise, no one is going to get off. The days of selecting and putting your partisan bias on and taking care of your friends, those days are over. Now, I'm sure there's some context there that was not included in this article, but I don't even want to know. I would just rather assume that you're crazy from that statement. But then he continues, you know what, Sean? I don't have any friends. I don't want any friends. Well, maybe outside of you and a couple of... I don't care. I didn't come here for the money. I didn't come here to make friends. I don't give a damn about friends. I don't have any friends. I don't want any friends. I got my wife. I got you, and I got a small crew of people. So here's what happened. And this is why the context of the first part of that quote doesn't matter. Because he's basically like, we're going to find you, and you can't hide behind your friends. And speaking of friends, I don't have any. I don't want any. But I don't have any, but I don't want any. He said it twice. So as soon as he mentioned the word friends, right, that triggered something inside of him. He suddenly realized as he says the word friends that those are things I don't have. Those are things I would love to have. But I can't let people know that because I don't want any friends. Oh, totally don't want any friends. I got my wife. You just admitted like 5 days prior to that on Fox News that you and your wife are separated. Again, whether it's like separated in marriage or just geographically separated. So you don't technically even have your wife. Sean Hannity's in New York City. You're in Washington, D.C. Like, you don't really have him. So I don't know why you're like, I just want a small group of friends. And I wish I hadn't said the word friends because now I'm real sad. This man is pathetic. Like, I've talked a lot about the genuine stupidity and incompetence of everybody else in the Trump administration. Bongino is kind of just the opposite. He actually is somebody who does, in fact, have experience. He's not completely incompetent and he's not stupid. I don't like the guy, but out of everybody Trump has picked, this is the one person that actually has some credentials. However, he is so pathetically sad that I don't think he's capable of doing the job. Like, he's almost more dangerous as this little pathetic sad sack than the rest of the cabinet that has no idea what they're doing. But this is also a guy, it's important to remember, he's a Secret Service agent. I'm a big tough cop guy. I work out. I got the big muscles and I like to show them off in my tight ass shirts. This is how he's built his career. That's what he does in videos. He doesn't say those things, but, that's why he does those things. He's the big tough guy. Every guy should want to be like him. And here he is going on Fox News crying every couple of days because everybody's mean to me and nobody likes me and I don't have any friends. Listen, Dan, I'm going to tell you this clear as day. The reason you don't have friends is not because you joined the Trump administration. Now, granted, that's not going to help you get friends. But the reason you have no friends and why nobody likes you is because you're just a pathetic individual that has nothing to offer anyone else in friendships. Maybe go watch some My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Maybe go watch the Care Bears. Maybe go watch any old Saturday morning cartoon and learn the power of friendship. And maybe that'll help you make some friends in the future. Thanks for watching today, everybody. And don't forget, if you're not already, please do subscribe to this channel. We have fresh content going up every single day, and I would really hate for you to miss out on that. And speaking of missing out, if you're not following me across all other social media outlets, then get on it. You can follow the links in the description of this video.